Egg prices haven't come down. People are losing their jobs in both private and public sector. No wars ended on day one. And inflation is still sky high. Are we great yet? I hope y'all are happy. UPS is making some serious changes and it's got everyone talking. The company says that it's planning on cutting 20,000 jobs and it's shutting down 73 buildings. Why, you ask? Well, they're calling it rethinking their operations. And here's the even bigger kicker that I find very interesting. These changes are coming after UPS decided to scale back shipping for its biggest customer. And who do we all think that big customer is? Well, it's none other than Amazon. They're saying less stuff means less staff to ship out things. So here we are, folks. More downs than ups. No pun intended. So I'm thinking based on this information that shipments will probably take like a month to reach you nowadays. But I guess only time will tell. Thoughts, reactions, let me know.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for choosing us again. I see you from wherever you are in the United States, in Florida, in Miami, in California. Thank you very much for always supporting us on this channel. And if you're new, kindly consider subscribing and joining us to be part of this growing community. All right. Let's get into it. Trump tariffs are causing havoc in the United States right now, and UPS is laying off over 20,000 truckers because of tariffs. They're basically trying to stay in the game. They're basically trying, to stay in the business, and they have to cut on cost by laying off truckers. We've seen a lot of companies actually holding mass layoffs because of Trump tariffs, because of these tariffs that are becoming unbearable for companies to make a profit. Is this the great America that you voted for, MAGA? How long do American citizens have to experience this before this orange man actually backs down from this? Let's take a look. I'll be back with more commentary.
So I just saw that UPS is getting rid of 20,000 jobs in 70 facilities. At what point do the Republicans go, yeah, we've seen enough. Throw in the white towel. It's time to impeach this guy. I mean, how far are they going to let the economy fall? Because they're risking everything at this point.
So did y'all see that UPS yesterday came out and said that they're going to be closing 70 facilities and they're going to be getting rid of 20,000 jobs? That is crazy. Because I believe that it was like low production, like nothing is really popping. Like nobody's buying stuff and nobody's shipping anything. 20,000 jobs. That's 20,000 people that are about to lose their jobs. And they're saying this all is going to happen close to June or near June. It's about to be May tomorrow. That means within a month and a half, we're going to have 20,000 people jobless. And it's crazy because people are not really hiring like they should be hiring, right? And then you're not paying people what we should be paid according to what's going on in the world right now. And y'all over here cutting 20,000 jobs? This is ridiculous.
Forbes magazine just reported that UPS is laying off 20,000 people because they're not getting Amazon packages anymore. People aren't getting things shipped anymore. This is how this administration starts to dismantle the United States Postal Service. Hear me out on this. If we can't get our things because of tariffs and things aren't getting to shipyards, we are going to have less goods that are getting delivered to businesses and to direct to consumers. So what's the need for it when the largest customer of USPS is Amazon? For those of you who don't know that, they are the largest consumer of the USPS. We're going to see this administration start to dismantle them in a few months. I guarantee it.
It's a great question. So currently we have a globalized economy. What that means is a lot of Americans work for companies that do trading outside of the US. For example, I'm an importer. I employ about 40 people. Walmart is an importer. They employ hundreds of thousands of people. If they no longer have products to sell, they don't have money coming in to then pay for their employees. I know the idea of recreating American manufacturing is there, but in reality, that's going to take years. So in the immediate, people do lose their jobs. This is a well-known fact. So you're right, there is a long-term effect of potentially bringing American jobs back, but you're asking people who got laid off from corporate executive jobs to then go work in factories.
Bad news to the U.S. economy thanks to Donald Trump. UPS today has announced they will be laying off 20,000 employees and closing over 70 facilities between now and June because of Donald Trump's tariffs. UPS gets a large portion of their business, their delivery business, from Amazon. Amazon, because of the tariffs, are seeing a great reduction, and if you look at the prices, you'll see why, in the shipments that are being requested for Amazon. So they know they're going to need less, so therefore UPS is laying off 20,000 now. It may be more later when all these other businesses slow down. More and more and more, thanks to Donald Trump's tariffs. All of these tariffs are unnecessary. They do nothing to help the economy. They do nothing to help Americans. They're going to cost us jobs. They're going to be detrimental to people. And it's all thanks to Donald Trump and his infinite wisdom, which is clearly it's infinite. It's so infinite we can't even see it. Also work for a company that's impacted in some way by Donald Trump's tariffs where they're laying off people, let me know. You can DM me. I won't use your name, but I'm trying to put this out to let people know the reality of how Trump is making America great again. MAGA, this is really making America great again by causing companies to have to lay off people because of a tariff that was not useful in any way whatsoever, period. Clearly not thought out. Clearly, none of this is helpful to America or U.S. citizens in any way, shape, or form. Love you for my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burned out light bulbs. And I'm sorry if you've been negatively impacted by this. Everybody that does anything in the U.S. basic is going to be impacted by Trump and this, and everybody's going to feel it. Thank you, Donald Trump. You truly care about the American people. There's only one thing you care about, and this is not it.
UPS is cutting off 20,000 jobs because of Amazon making less deliveries. This is bad for Amazon and this is bad for UPS. As UPS is cutting off jobs, this is affecting a lot of people's income, a lot of people's household. And the fact that Amazon ain't making no deliveries and doing less deliveries, that means products that you need as the people is not going to be getting to you. Your TV, your remote, your game consoles, food packages, whatever. These trucks, UPS, Amazon, carries and delivers a lot of the things y'all people need. Whether it's food, whether it's things that help y'all, your home, whatever it is. These are starting to get affected. Not only that, the ports with the food, the water, trucks are stopping. 2 weeks. Time is moving. Time is catching up. And the effects, we're gonna start feeling the effects soon. Everything is starting to happen. Give it a week. We are going to feel the effects of not getting our goods and not getting our products. At least a week and a couple of days, we will start to feel the effects going into the 2 weeks. That's why I'm saying prepare. If you can't do it today, can't do it tomorrow, you still have time. But time is ticking. We are going to start to feel the effects of these droughts, of what's happening with the ports and the deliveries. Not only that, people are losing their jobs, not because they want to, but because things are affecting it, where you are going to lose it regardless.
UPS just announced that they're cutting 20,000 jobs. I'm not going to panic just yet. When they cut jobs from the post office, that's when I'll start panicking. Them motherfuckers will hire anybody. I worked at the post office for 3 years, on and off, because they kept letting me come back. You could literally walk into a post office right now. No badge, not have put in an application, didn't even take the test. They won't even know who you are. They'll just put you to work. They'll be like, hey, you'll take Route 20? You'll take C18? Yeah, we need you to go ahead and take these packages that's sitting right here. You ain't even got to take one of the trucks. If you got a car big enough, they'll throw it in the back of your car. I've taken my car plenty of times on routes. They be like, oh, you driving the Journey today? Yeah. Go ahead and take Route 3 and go ahead and load up C22 because we gonna need you to take them routes. I promise you, when they start making cuts, that's when it's time to be scared. That's when it's time to panic, because they'll let anybody work there. Anybody. They'll let a dog work there. They'll let a cricket that jumped in through the door work at the post office. I promise you, anybody can work at the post office. So when they start making cuts, that's when it's time to panic, because them folks don't care. They'll pay you as long as you work. They may not pay you accurately. They may not pay you on time, but they're going to pay you eventually if you're willing to work.
We need to cut 20,000 jobs and shut down 73 facilities. Oh, cool. So you want me to send more packages, right? Actually, we're cutting your shipments by 50% by 2026. But wait, I'm your biggest customer with one of the smallest profit margins. We lose money faster than your free return policy. But I offered to send you more volume. And I told you this relationship is toxic. So we're breaking up? No. We just need to see less of you and your boxes. Did you find someone new? Honestly, we're trying to. But for now, cutting your shipments could help us save billions.
So by now you have seen this news about UPS laying off about 20,000 people or so and downsizing their operations in the United States. And many outlets are blaming the tariffs. Well, this has nothing to do with the tariffs, because no executive team of such a big company works on knee-jerk reaction, meaning that they just go, the market goes, there's a condition in the market, and they go react to it and make this drastic change. They don't do that because they have to go through the union. They have to go through a whole different process to lay off these individuals. UPS is not the kind of company that runs on greed per se, that they will go ahead and just start letting people go. This has been a long time coming. This is all Amazon's fault. If you want to point finger, go Jeff Bezos, Amazon type deal. Why was that? Amazon been having their own drivers, they've been having their own delivery teams and their whole delivery system that is apart from UPS. So therefore, since a lot of their shipping is not done through UPS has lost that business because Amazon is keeping that business within themselves. Therefore, this has been an issue. And it caused, it is the effect. That was the cause of the effect of these layoffs. So, and this is just business, and sadly, that's how the cookie crumble. That's how capitalism works. But the sad thing is that instead of blaming Amazon, they're blaming the tariffs, and that tells you that where the agendas are at.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, as we have seen, companies have been holding mass layoffs in the United States, and you cannot blame them. This is the effect of the Trump policies, especially the Trump tariffs. You know, the world global trade has to work with each other. I don't know why, you know, Trump or the orange man in charge actually thought that the United States was superior and they could impose tariffs on everybody else without actually having repercussions themselves. And we have seen so many companies losing business because they were depending on imports of raw materials, cheap raw materials from China, and now they cannot get those raw materials. Some other companies are actually trading commodities, products that are manufactured in China to the United States because these products are actually too expensive to manufacture in the United States, because the United States does not have, you know, cheap raw materials and cheap labor force just like China does. Now, a lot of companies have been laying off their workers because they have been losing business. Now, the effect of the Trump policies, especially the Trump tariffs, it's trickling down from the ports, you know, to the warehouses, to the stores and the big, you know, Walmart, Amazon, and all these retail stores, retail giants, all the way to the truckers. Now, UPS, one of the biggest actually, delivery companies in the United States, has actually announced that they are going to be laying off over 20,000 workers. Why are they doing this? This is them actually trying to stay in the game because they cannot afford to pay all these workers. They're saying by doing this, they're gonna be saving a lot of money. Now, if you look at most truckers, actually they voted for the orange man in charge, thinking that he was going to bring better policies for trade and give them, a lot of jobs. But now he's doing the opposite. A lot of workers and a lot of truckers actually are saying they haven't seen such a thing in 10 years. Over 10 years of working in the truck industry has not actually been hit this hard because the ports are empty, guys. We have seen the videos of, empty ports that do not have actually anything in the United States. And this is actually affecting a lot of truckers because if the ports are empty, there is nothing to be carried from the ports to the warehouse, and the warehouses, they lose money. The trucks, they lose money. And if the warehouses are not having any kind of commodities or shipments, the truck again, they lose money because they depend on carrying these commodities and shipments from warehouses to the final consumers or to the final retail giants. Now, Walmart itself and all other giants like Amazon, they are losing money because there is no shipment that is coming into their stores. That is why we are seeing empty shelves in a lot of supermarkets. A lot of retail giants are reporting of empty shelves. We have seen the meeting that, the CEOs of Walmart, Target, Lowe's, and Home Depot actually held with Donald Trump. They were trying to warn him, listen, if you don't stop these policies, if you don't ease in your tariff policies, you're gonna be experiencing a lot of empty shelves. Now, why are they having empty shelves? Because these commodities that were supposed to be coming from China are not coming anymore because they have a big tariff price on top of them. And we saw the news where actually Jeff Bezos and Amazon decided, we're not gonna be suffering for this. We're gonna tell you exactly how much you're paying in tariffs. And guess what, guys? The Trump administration could not have that, and they had to stop Jeff Bezos and Amazon from actually labeling, how much you're paying in tariffs on the carts. They were supposed to be labeling that so that the customer actually knows, okay, this is the price of the commodity and this is the price that you have to pay on top of the commodity because of the Trump tariffs. Now, the administration actually, they were scared because they want to be in this illusion that the tariffs are working. But tariffs are not working. Tariffs are causing havoc in the United States right now. They are causing a lot of companies to have to lay off their employees in order, to keep themselves in business so that they can actually cut on cost. They are causing a lot of havoc in consumer prices of goods, becoming too high for people to afford. This is the trickling down effect of the Trump tariffs. Now, how long do American citizens actually have to experience this before the orange man backs down from, this global trade war that he has begun by himself? Let me know in the comment section, guys. What do you think about today's episode? If you're new, kindly consider subscribing, like this video, and share it with your friends and families. And as always, see you on the next episode.